I work out, really big on the fitness nutrition aspect of it. If I don't see myself in the mirror, I feel like I'm 20 years old.
Most men would kill to have the body of Ed Smith at age 52.
I'm bad, 52, huh?
But the former Secret Service agent sees problems.
That drives me crazy.
Lately, Smith has started to think that little bit of fat and those deepening wrinkles might be holding him back.
I've been out of work since last August, quite frankly.
These are the areas that drive me crazy.
Smith works in executive protection, acting as a bodyguard to executives and celebrities.
I put in for a few jobs, quite frankly, a lot of jobs, and they haven't been coming through. I'm competing with guys 15 years younger than I am. So I started looking at myself and I said, if I'm going to compete with these guys, I better get up to par.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, Dr. Allen.
How are you?
Good. Excited.
You're welcome. You ready to do this?
I'm so ready I can't stand it.
So Ed is getting a facelift.
I see a lot of the aging process here.
Right.
You can see a lot of this. It's giving you that tired look. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise this up like that for you.
And plans to laser off those love handles.
Now, you're in tremendous shape, but I can see this area here. And we're going to treat your love handles here, and we're going to actually take these in like that and have you more defined here.
He's just one of a growing number of people who think getting a little work might help them to get work during a recession.
Typically the person is about 40 to 60 years old, has just recently lost their job, and wants that tune-up to get that better job. You're going to wake up and look so much better, okay?
Plastic surgeon Dr. Steven Greenberg says it is a growing trend. Across the country, minimally invasive surgeries like nips and tucks are on the rise, up 5% despite, or perhaps because of the recession.
Fitting into clothes has always been an issue.
Maria DiCarlo is an out-of-work account executive. She's been looking for a job for more than a year.
And it's very easy to fall into a depressive state of mind where you don't even want to try anymore. Within the last couple of months, I've kind of reflected and say, well, okay, nothing's happening right now. This might be the right time to do the surgery.
Make sure that your first, last name, and date of birth are correct, okay?
Hi, Maria. How are you?
Dr. Greenberg is now offering clients what he calls the Job Fighter Package, any combination of surgeries discounted for those looking for work.
I'm going to have you sit, and then we'll do your breast markings, and then stand, and we'll do your tummy tuck markings. Okay, perfect.
Like Maria, she's decided to get a tummy tuck and breast reduction.
We'll do the best we can, getting you ready to get back into that job market, okay?
That's right.
But it is going to cost her $16,000.
Did you worry about spending, $16,000 during
Well worth
a recession?
it. Best money I've ever invested. I'm considering this a tune-up. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. This is the beginning of my new self.
Stapler.
Are you surprised that people are willing to spend money on this when they don't have a job?
It was a little surprising at the beginning. Then I started to realize that people were really worried about their looks. She doesn't feel confident in her body, in her own skin.
You can't get a job. Should your first move be getting a facelift?
No. In a word, no. Your first move should not be getting a facelift.
Nicole Williams is a career advisor.
Is it better to work on the resume for the most part or work on the wrinkles?
Yeah, let's be frank. It is definitely best to work on the resume. But, at the same time, we are in a very aesthetically oriented society. That is the truth of it. So to pretend like it doesn't matter actually does a disservice. Of course looks matter.
In fact, study after study shows what most people suspect. Young and good-looking people have it easier and are perceived as more valuable in the workplace. Unfair? Yes. But Ed says he's experiencing it firsthand, and now he's fighting back.
And what about people who say the lines give you character, it shows that you're experienced?
Yeah, great, that's from the younger people.
It just targets the fat cells, breaks them up, and lets the fat seep out.
Smith is getting 2 procedures.
And we're going to target the midsection and your love handles.
Plastic surgeon Dr. Jan Trokel will give Ed a series of laser treatments to target the flab, then perform a non-surgical facelift called a wide lift.
We're just road mapping you out. We're just going to give you a little numbing medicine, Ed, okay?
A little bit of stinging right there.
I'm just giving a little local anesthetic down there.
Grand total, $12,000.
I know people who go out and get their teeth done. I know people who dye their hair, you know, spend a fortune on wardrobe. The investment is I'm going to win it over tenfold easily. I have a couple of jobs that I know that are coming up, and I've asked them if I can hold off submitting my resume with my photo until after this procedure is over.
You'll get new pictures done.
That's right.
Because his procedures aren't surgical, he doesn't have any downtime.
Oh my God, look at my jaw. That's amazing.
A few days later,
Doc, how are you?
the doctor checks on those love handles.
4 days, he's lost 3 inches.
I can't believe that.
He still has more laser sessions to go.
I mean, look at this. These were tight on me.
But he's already applied for jobs.
I went ahead and took some digital of myself, submitted them with my resume. He called me about 12 hours later. He said, you got the job, you got to get ready to leave. So already I've realized my investment back, easily.
Meanwhile,
It's been a month, and I'm feeling renewed and invigorated, I believe.
Maria DiCarlo is still recovering from her breast lift
Look at my waist. I mean, I didn't have a waist like this.
and tummy tuck.
I feel healthier. I feel lighter. You know, I just feel better about myself. As the old saying goes, a weight has been lifted off my shoulders and my back, literally.
But one problem still hasn't been fixed. Maria still hasn't found a job.
I think the economy's going to pick up again, maybe 10 months down the road. I'll find something.
Still, she insists she has no regrets about plunking down $16,000 on her surgeries.
It was the best money I ever spent. I made an investment in myself, and I'm very happy.
So is Ed Smith, the bodyguard, now convinced that in a tough economy, one of the best tools in the job market might just be in the hand of a plastic surgeon. For Nightline, I'm Sharon Alfonsi in New York.